If you've been looking to resell clothing that you don't use anymore, or even to start a legit reselling business selling clothes or home goods, you've probably considered Mercari or Poshmark. I sell on both of those platforms, so in today's video, I want to break it all down for you, share my opinions, my thoughts, the pros, the cons, and which of these two platforms I recommend for beginner resellers. So first, we're going to start off by breaking down the demographics and statistics of each app so that you know what they both entail, what kind of users and customers they both have. Then we'll talk all about the listing process. What is it going to take for you to put an item up for sale on each of these platforms? Next, we'll compare the seller tools that these reselling platforms give to us sellers for us to make more sales. We'll discuss shipping and how it works on both of these platforms. We'll talk about the platform fees and what they charge for you to sell on these apps. We'll also talk about how you get paid. What are your options when it comes to getting your earnings from the sales that you've made? And lastly, we'll wrap everything up with my final verdict, my recommendations, and ideas. So if you're ready to dive into this information, make sure to support this channel by giving me a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more informative videos like this one, and keep on watching. Starting off with the demographics and statistics. Most of the numbers that I share in this portion of the video come from a website called expandedramblings.com. They share lots more numbers than I'm sharing here right now, so if you want to check those out, check the link in the description. According to the site, which was updated in 2020, Poshmark has 60 million users. That's 60 million people that have downloaded the Poshmark app and use it to buy or sell. According to that site, 18 million of those are actual sellers. They started off by selling only women's high-end fashion. Slowly, they've expanded into different markets, but I think a large user base is just that. Females or people looking for high-end products, although you can sell cheaper items on there as well. And many men are joining the app to resell and to buy. On Poshmark, you can sell home goods like decorations and kitchen stuff. You can sell fashion, anything from just t-shirts, pants, shoes, bags, and you can also sell unused makeup. What Poshmark doesn't allow you to sell is like big bulky items, washers, things like that, and electronics. Moving on to Mercari, they have 15 million users, which is a lot less than Poshmark has, but they haven't been around as long as Poshmark has, so I'm sure they will continue to grow. Mercari is known as the online flea market because on this app, you can sell pretty much anything. And I think the users on this app are mostly people looking for a great deal on their electronics, kitchen hardware, and of course, fashion. I do make the occasional high price sale on Mercari, but most of my sales, especially in the beginning, were my cheaper items, things that have came from my own closet and mall brands. When it comes to the listing process, there's really not that much to compare between both apps. They're both pretty simple, straightforward to use. You can upload your items for sale on a computer or using your phone. Both of their apps are very user-friendly. They have a big sell button where you just click, upload your photos, fill out the information as best you can. They both offer an ample amount of photos, Mercari 12 and Poshmark 16, which is important because it gives you enough space for you to add as much photos detailing what your item looks like, and it gives the buyer confidence to go through with a sale. So I'm here in the listing portion of Poshmark's website, and I'm here to show you just a few things that I like that Poshmark has that Mercari doesn't. So the very first, if we scroll down, is going to be when we get to these categories. Here you can select what your category is, whether it's men, women, kids, or home, and they have many options here. Then you can select a secondary category here. Along with the category, the size. Here at the top, we have different tabs to select what size your item is. And I just feel like here on Poshmark, the setup is more user-friendly. It's easier to find your categories and sizes. Mercari is just a bit more clunky and it's not as specific. Next thing that I like here on Poshmark is that it gives you the option to add an original price. This is the market value of the item, what it costs to buy it at department stores or wherever you bought it from. Then below you can add your actual listing price. Granted, a lot of the times I do put 0 on this original price because I don't like hunting down this number. If I have it on hand, I will add it, but if not, I'm not going to waste my time looking for it. But I do like having the option of using this number when I have it, because when your listing goes live on Poshmark, it will show the original price slashed out, and next to that, it'll show your listing price. I feel like this just gives your buyer a feeling that they're getting a good deal because they are. The next thing I like about Poshmark is that they have additional details here. This is information that is private to everyone else, only you can see it. Here you can come in and add your SKU number, what you paid for the item. It doesn't let you add periods, so this is actually 621, not 621. You can also add other information, and this is where I add the date that I listed the item and for how much. But all these three things, the additional details, the original price, and the categories are not really deal breakers when deciding whether to go with Mercari or Poshmark. What is a deal breaker is shipping. Here on Poshmark, there's no shipping to fill out because, as we'll talk about later, on Poshmark, buyers by default pay for shipping. So when you're listing an item, you don't have to worry about any of that. When you go here to Mercari, you have to choose whether you're paying for the shipping or whether the buyer is. You also have to fill out all this information, the length, the width, and choose the shipping carrier you want to ship your item with. And when you're just getting started, it can be too much, a bit confusing. Let's give Mercari some credit though. Here on their platform, when you fill out your title and your description, it will automatically start to fill out some of these fields for you. So it will automatically choose your category, it will suggest a brand, and this just makes it easy for you so that you don't have to go on and select all these fields. Most of them will already be filled out for you after you fill out a detailed description and title. And now let's talk about the most important part of these reselling apps, and that's the seller tools that they've created to help us make more sales. Now, the ideal dream situation would be for you to upload your item, have a set price. Anyone who comes by your item likes it, they buy it, and that's it. But that's not the way it works on either of these apps. It's going to take a little bit of work from you to make sales happen. So that's what we're going to break down now. The first seller tool on Poshmark is offers to likers. As people are scrolling all around Poshmark, they can choose to like an item. Once people like, you get a notification of that. From there, you can send out an offer to them. Just discount your item by at least 10% and they will receive a notification. This offer is private. No one else can see that you've discounted your item. Only the likers can. From there, they can choose to accept, decline, or even counter offer and ask for a cheaper price. It's rare when people go to my closet and buy things outright at full price. Most of my sales are made with this offer button. And I like it because you can use it as many times as you want throughout a day with as many items as you want as well. Only new likers will receive your offers, so you don't have to worry about being spammy. I send out an offer as soon as I can, as soon as I get a like. The next seller tool is price drop. This is where you mark down the price of your item, but it's done publicly. Everyone can see your new price. When you do this, it gives your item a little bit more visibility. But this tool works wonders when used in combination with the next seller tool, which is Closet Clear Out. 2 to 3 times a week, Poshmark has a sale called Closet Clear Out. You will get a notification in your emails, and there will also be a banner at the top of your app telling you it's Closet Clear Out Day. On this day, if you price drop your item publicly for everyone on Poshmark to see by at least 10% of your historic price, People who have liked your item will receive a notification and an email telling them that you've dropped your item and that Poshmark is going to pay part of their shipping if they decide to buy. So their shipping goes from $7.11 to $4.99, plus you're giving them a discount. So all of this put together encourages people to buy. This is a great tool to make use of. The next Poshmark seller tool are bundles. Buyers love bundles because they can go onto someone's closet and add things to a bundle. The seller can then package them in a single box, so the buyer pays shipping only once and they save money. And on Poshmark, bundles are encouraged. Underneath each listing, there is a bundle button where buyers can easily click to start creating a bundle. And for sellers, they give us the option to offer bundle discounts. So for me, I think if people bundle 2 items, they get a 15% discount. And that discount is displayed at the very top of your closet so anyone visiting can easily see it. I love selling bundles because I get to get rid of many items at once and the buyer gets a great deal. The last Poshmark seller tool we'll discuss here is sharing. To share an item on Poshmark, you just click that square button that has arrows around it, click My Followers, and that will share your item across Poshmark. And every time you do this, your item will go to the top of the search feed. Anytime someone looks for that item you just shared, yours will be towards the top because you just shared it. And this gives your items more visibility, more attention, more chances of people liking it, and when they like it, then you can make use of all the other seller tools we've been talking about, offers to likers and closet clear out days. So the more you share, the more likes you'll get and the more chances of making sales. A lot of people see sharing as a drawback to Poshmark. They think this is a big con for Poshmark because sharing takes time, especially people who have large closets. It takes a long time and you really need to share as often as you can every day to make decent sales. But I just use a service called Reseller Assistant to do my sharing, and I don't have to worry about it throughout the day. And for me, sharing is a good thing because I feel like it gives me control of the performance of my items. All I have to do is share. I don't have to pay for ads. I don't have to do anything complicated to share the items. And for Poshmark, this is their way of keeping the app social. They want engagement. They want people liking, following, welcoming new Poshers. They have virtual events where all the Poshers go, gather, mingle. They have virtual Posh parties every day that are centered around a certain theme where people can share their items to. It's very social. Sharing is a big part of it, and it's an excellent seller tool as well. Moving on to Mercari seller tools, which I'm not going to spend too much time on because they don't have that many. The first one is the offers to likers, just like Poshmark has. Anytime someone likes your item, you can send them a discounted offer. The problem with this is that you can only do it once per item every 3 days. It's not unlimited like Poshmark is, so it really limits the amount of times you can send out offers. The next one is price drop. Every time you drop your price on Mercari, your item gets boosted in the search results. So it's the equivalent of sharing on Poshmark, but with Mercari, you have to drop your price for them to show your item in the search results. You have to drop it by 5% every single time, and you can only do it once per item per day, and you can only do up to 10 items a day. So as you can see, it's very limiting. And I think they put these limits on there because they don't want their seller app to become spammed with all sorts of sales, kind of like Poshmark is. On Poshmark, you can receive hundreds of notifications a day letting you know about deals and sales. But that's how I make most of my sales on Poshmark, through the offers to likers, because it's unlimited. So I think it works a little bit against Mercari, but each app is different. We just have to learn to work with each one. On Mercari, you can also sell your items in bundles, but they are not advertised anywhere and they are definitely not encouraged. Only savvy buyers will request sellers to make bundles for them. So I've had 2 people leave me messages and telling me that they want multiple items from my store, so if I can bundle them for them. So I have to create a new listing, bundle them up and sell them that way. So bundles are a thing, but it's a lot harder to do and not many buyers know about it. Now let's talk about the shipping fees. On Poshmark, the buyer by default pays the shipping. And the shipping is $7.11, and that is a flat rate fee for up to 5 pounds. Now, this is a price for 2020. Every year it increases slightly, but right now it's $7.11. The buyer pays for it, but you can always choose to split the cost with them. When you're sending out offers to likers, you can send a discounted shipping where you pay $2.12 of the shipping and they pay $4.99. You can also pay the whole $7.11, which will come out of your earnings, and offer them free shipping. I've sold over 400 items on Poshmark, and I've offered free shipping maybe 3 or 4 times. Most of the time, it's me splitting the cost with them. So I pay $2.12 and they pay $4.99. And also remember that on Closet Clearout Day, Poshmark will pay $2.12, leaving the buyer paying only $4.99. So initially, the shipping cost does start off high at $7.11, but there are many ways that the buyers end up paying a discounted fee. I like that Poshmark has the flat rate fee because there's no measuring, no weighing. As long as you don't think your item is going to go over the 5 pounds, you don't have to worry about all those extra details. As for Mercari, there are many options when it comes to shipping. But for the most part, if your item is a pound or below, you're going to be paying $4.99. A pound and above, it's going to be $9.99 for shipping. And on Mercari, you can choose whether you're paying for the shipping or the buyer. They really don't have a way for you to split the cost with them. When I got started on Mercari, I put all my items with free shipping. Because most buyers on there expect to have free shipping. You're more likely to make sales if you have that available for them. After making several sales on Mercari, I started to realize that my profits were not that much for bigger items like jeans and heavy jackets because I was paying $9.99 for shipping, and that is a lot. It cuts into your profit. So I decided to change things around and make the buyer pay for shipping instead. So when they're about to purchase, they see there that they have to pay $9.99 as opposed to free shipping. So my sales started to plummet a lot. People really are looking for that free shipping. So right now I'm switching things around again, and I'm going to start offering free shipping, but instead of shipping through Mercari, I'm going to be shipping through another website called Pirate Ship, which is a whole nother discussion. I will make a video about it once I have more experience with it. But put simply, Mercari shoppers want free shipping, and that's going to come out of your pocket. Now let's move on to breaking down the platform fees for Poshmark and Mercari. On Poshmark, if you sell something that is $15 or under, Poshmark keeps $2.95 of that sale and you keep the rest. For items that are above $15, Poshmark keeps 20% of the final sale and you keep the rest of the 80%. As for Mercari, the selling fee is going to be 10%, but then they also charge you a payment processing fee, which is 2.9% plus 30 cents. On the surface, it looks like Mercari is a better deal than Poshmark's hefty 20%. But that is not always the case. To break down the fee structure on Poshmark and Mercari so that you're able to see which platform you're able to make more money with, I'm going to be using this sweater as an example. I recently sold it for the final price of $27. Here you can see Poshmark's fee is $5.40. I offered her a shipping discount of $2.12, so all she had to pay was $4.99 for shipping, which is a good deal. That left me with the final earnings of $19.48. If I were to sell this exact sweater on Mercari, this is how the whole fees would work out. The final sale price, of course, would be $27. As for the fee, instead of $5.40, I'd be paying $3.80. That includes the 10% selling fee and the 2.9% plus 30 cent payment processing fee that Mercari has. As for shipping discounts, there wouldn't be one because Mercari does not offer that option. There's no way to split the shipping with your buyer. You either have to pay all of it or they have to pay all of it. As I said, they like free shipping, so that would cost me $9.99. If I'm not mistaken, this sweater was over £1, so that's what the shipping price would be. So after all that, that would leave me with $13.21 in earnings. So as you see, it is a lot less than Poshmark's, and mostly it's because of this big shipping price. Even if this sweater is under £1 and my shipping was only $4.99, my final earnings would be $18.21. So it's not a lot less than Poshmark, but it is still less. So even though it looks like Mercari has the better deal for sellers because they don't take that much from your earnings, because of the shipping, it ends up being about the same, and in some cases, Poshmark is a better platform to sell your items. The final thing we'll break down here is the payment process. For both Poshmark and Mercari, once you make a sale and it's finalized, your earnings will be pending. They will not be available to you right away. The item has to arrive to the buyer's home. They have to open up the app and accept the item to assure Mercari or Poshmark that the item is in the condition it was described, that it's not fake, and that they received the correct item. Once they accept the item, the funds are released to you. But the good thing is that both of these apps have a policy where the buyers have 3 days to accept the item. If the tracking shows that the item was delivered to their home, but they do nothing within those 3 days, the sale is automatically closed down and the funds are released to you. When it comes to getting the actual funds though, for Poshmark, you can do bank direct deposit, and you can do this any time of day and as many times as you want. There is no limit, and your funds will arrive at your bank within 2 to 3 days, sometimes even sooner. You can also do a check. They can mail you a check, but this will take 8 to 10 business days. For Mercari, same thing. You can also do bank direct deposit, but for them, they have a $10 limit. You must have at least $10 in earnings in order for you to initiate a bank direct deposit. And the bad thing about Mercari's bank direct deposit is that it can take up to 5 days. So it takes a lot longer for you to receive your money. But they do have instant pay where you can link a credit card. Instead of an actual bank, you link a credit card and you can do instant pay. This will give you your money within minutes. But this is a $2 fee and there is a limit. You can only do instant pay up to $500 a month. So those are just the ins and outs of how you get paid on both platforms. Both of them make it really easy. Mercari just takes longer and there are a little bit more limits. After comparing many aspects of both Mercari and Poshmark, I think it's easy to see that my recommendation and what I like using most at this moment is Poshmark. It's what I recommend most beginner resellers to start with because the shipping process is so easy. Once you become established on Poshmark, I do recommend you cross-list your items to Mercari because that's even more chances of making sales. And once you have a lot of items listed on Poshmark and you start listing them to Mercari, a lot of those items will move quickly because in my experience and in many other sellers that I hear talk about this, Mercari gives a boost to new sellers. So once you start cross-listing your items, some of your older pieces will start to move quickly. But I do like Mercari. There are days that I don't have sales on Poshmark, but Mercari really picks up. And I've only been using Mercari for about 5 months now. There's still a lot for me to learn. I'm still testing and learning new techniques. So I'm planning to stick with it and continue to make it grow and work for me and my reselling goals. If you have some insights to add to this conversation, leave a comment down below, or if you have any questions about anything, leave that in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you found value here. And for more reselling content, check out the playlist that's on your screen right now. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. See you next time.